Hey guys, Boogie2988 coming at you live once again, and I wanted to show you my Halloween haunt for this year, 2019. This is my yard. I'm super impressed. I know it doesn't look like much just here behind me, but once I zoom up, once I show you the individual stuff, I think you'll be really impressed. Plus, there's some stuff new this year, and after that, we might go Halloween shopping and see if we can find something even scarier. Starting off with the obvious theme here is a cemetery, but I kind of wanted to go originally with an animal cemetery, pet cemetery as it were. Then I found this alien skeleton and had to put him out front. Skeletons just add a lot of verticality. When you have the animal corpses in the yard, you can't really see them that well from the road, but the skeletons, the standing ones, you can definitely see a lot better. Speaking of skeletons, here's one that is hung by fishing wire, so he appears to be standing. It's hung from the tree right there. And then the snakes are part of the boneyard feel too, the animal graveyard feel. I like the cobra quite a bit, actually. That's new this year. I love the snakes. Sometimes they curl around the different tombstones, but this year I just went ahead and put them around the tree so they're kind of front facing. People can see them really clearly. Also this year this guy is hanging from our mailbox, so I like that. Just gives a little bit of spook to the mailman or the people walking by. So here's some of the front-facing tombstones, and these tend to be stronger resin-based models. I don't tend to like to buy the plastic ones. I like the stronger, heavier ones because they tend to stand up longer, stand up easier. I feel like they're going to last a lot longer as well. Most of the stuff you're going to see today has some electronics in it, but since we leave it out for almost a month each year, the electronics generally dies because we get a lot of rain. But yeah, little plastic tombstones tend to fall down like that one all the time. So I just leave that one turned over because I think it adds a kind of creepy feel. Here we have a little scorpion skeleton, which, I mean, obviously they have exoskeletons, so that doesn't exist. It's super cute to me. And then we have the bones in the yard as well. And he's got a little tombstone that's fallen over for him as well. Here we have one of my old busted electronics. This one came from Home Depot, but it's still good enough to put out front. Just the electronics and the wings just don't work anymore. It doesn't light up anymore, no more sound. I put a bunch of dog skeletons in front of him as well. So it's got a bit of a dog pack going on, and they really, really like the dogs. I think that's a nice addition. And each of the little doggies have a little snack in front of them. Maybe a bone, or in some cases, severed limbs. So, eat up, boys. One of the very first tombstones I got was this R.I.P. Terry Rantula one. So when I saw this skeleton of a giant spider, I thought that was really cool. I had to get it ASAP. And then over the years, she's given birth to a bunch of little smaller spider skeletons as well that are now populating the yard. I think that's a nice little touch. And yeah, this year I've decided to go extra scary by putting out actual body parts. So we've always done the groundbreakers, and I really like the groundbreakers. Looks like a skeleton just kind of sunning in the outside, just enjoying himself. But yeah, I wanted to add some real realism to it this year. So a little bit bloodier, a little bit scarier, because that's the way it should be. Then whenever I find a cool gargoyle, I tend to pick those up as well. I mean, you could have a tombstone that is gargoyle related, I suppose. So that's the ones we do have. I also put the skeleton leaning over a grave, and his little child skeleton there on the ground. Because I wanted to be extra morbid. Or maybe he's just trying to pet his dead kitty there. More body parts. Yum. Delicious. This, I think, is my favorite gargoyle right now, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I found this skull at one of the big Halloween chains. It's not actually part of it, but once I put it there, it really completed this look. So I'm really, really happy with that. That skull is not even part of it, but I like it. Then in the windows, we have two different neon signs, fake neon actually, they're LEDs. But one says enter if you dare, that stays lit all the time, and one says no vacancy, and the in flashes in and out. I love these. We just don't have that many front facing windows, so I feel like you can't really put that many up. I have more. I just hang them else in the house. Oh, and in some of the bushes, you'll spot little animals on top of the bushes as well. Here is quite possibly the most morbid scene, and this is, I think, this has been here since year one. It's a skeleton holding its child, presuming they died under this tree together. And no one's ever complained about this, so I don't see why they're complaining about the body parts in the yard. Then as we walk along the path, you'll see a few more odds and ends, some more ground breakers, and a running light that lights these up on Halloween night, every other night of the week. So a lot of nice little touches here in the yard. But that's not when it gets super scary. These are not exactly Disney quality animatronics, but these are very cool animatronics. And with these guys guarding the front door, even though we get 300 or 400 trick-or-treaters every year, they tend to be fairly scared. With a giant 7-foot-tall boogeyman hanging what is apparently Boo from Monsters, Inc. from his hands, you can imagine why they're scared. So we still give away a lot of candy, but only to the brave kids. And if you guys remember, this is still a little bit of a nod to my ex-wife, who used to live here with me, obviously. She put together this pumpkin patch years ago, and we keep it up pretty much till Halloween night every year. She still haunts the place. A couple more details here. We do have a couple of zombies hanging from the lights, and then we have the lights changed as well, so pretty creepy, pretty scary. I love these lights and the way it looks all lit up. So we'll have to show you how it looks all lit up in just a little while. Here we have the boogeyman, all animated and glowing. His eyes glow, and Boo swings back and forth in his arms, screaming at the top of her lungs. And if you want candy, folks, you gotta walk right between these two. So good luck. Scaredy cats. The smoldering pumpkin, probably one of my favorite pieces as well. He's got a fog machine built in, and he literally breathes smoke and burns as you get close, including a light-up face, a light-up chest. And there's the final product. What do you think? Time for a little bit of Halloween shopping. This is our Spirit Halloween, located in our old Toys R Us. I bet if you got a Toys R Us near you, you probably have a Spirit Halloween in there at this time this year as well. So let's go see if they have anything really cool. Something that I haven't bought yet. Each year they tend to have a different theming. This year's Reaper's Wharf. So I kind of like this one. I've already been through it, but I'll show it to you because it's really cool. I definitely do not have one of these little birds, but I don't think they are for sale. I think they're only on display. So this one's kind of older, but I really like it. So I wanted to show you guys this one. You step on the step pad. Whoa! I do feel like this fits well with my animal theme. But I don't know, a little expensive at $169 for what it does, but I like them. This one's another classic. If we didn't have so many trick-or-treaters, we only needed a little bit of candy. Maybe this is how I would give it out. But this guy is... Oh, come on. Work! Ah! Gets me every time.
Once I take your soul, the body will die. I collect this now unneeded flesh to feed my army of demons, so we can hunt for more.
Creepy. Two more themes that they have that I kind of feel like failed them. I think a lot of people were into clowns because of it, but I don't think they sell a lot of these, though the Pennywise figure is perpetually sold out. But Hugs the Clown,
Hey there, friend. Welcome to the fun house.
not so much.
Come a little closer. Fun, game, and
Ah! He scared me.
I'll catch you next time.
And then, of course, there's the dragon. And I feel like maybe they thought Game of Thrones was really going to push dragons, but if I'm being honest with you, dragons don't feel like Halloween to me. So I don't know what they were thinking. I never really wanted to get one of these. I'd rather have Jack Skellington, honestly. I've often thought about picking up this guy as well. Kind of fits the zombie, reanimated corpse cemetery theme, but I never really liked the electrical aspect, right? Just no electricity really going into my yard. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but he is a cool figure. This one is new this year, and I really like it because you really don't know what it's going to do until it starts doing it. Oh, there she goes. This guy, I think, is the lamest guy this year.
We will give you some new memories.
This is not scary at all. I guess if you were doing a clown funhouse theme, it'd be kind of cool as the entry character, but they do have this assortment of creepy babies. This is just... I don't know who's buying these other than, you know, some YouTubers probably. It's this guy from my front yard. This is where I got him last year. And there's this guy as well with the rebar. Very similar figures. I thought about picking this one up. And I've even thought about getting one of these severed heads for the graveyard as well. Maybe this one. Huh. How much? Oh no. Oh no. I think I have to get it. That's a good price. I also really like this figure. I'm just worried about the fact that he's hung by the neck. I feel like that has some really bad implications in Arkansas, so probably not. This one is another classic. If we can get her to work. Oh, here we go. Oh no, she's vibrating. Ah! I feel like that's more of an indoor prop, but it's a cool one. So while I was in there, I ended up picking up these hangers, this two-headed guy. I didn't even realize he had two faces, but this guy is really cool. Since they were buy one, get one half off, I went ahead and picked up a second hanging skull. This one with his mouth sewn together. And then for my animal boneyard, a two-headed snake. I figure that kind of nods to the Guinness, or not the Ripley's Believe It or Not video we also have on the channel. So kind of a little nod to that there as well. All right, now we're in Bentonville at the Halloween Express store. Let's see what animatronics they've got here this year. Also, take a look at these incredible number of haunted houses we have available this year and things to do. Good Lord. This looks like pretty much a reskinning of my Boogeyman as a clown. Doesn't seem to be working either, so that's a little worrisome. Now the cauldron stirring skeleton I think is really cool, but for that price, maybe not. But I think that would actually fit my theme pretty well. And there he is, the hottest clown of the season, Pennywise. Right here at Halloween Express. Again, as much as I love Pennywise, as much as I love Stephen King's It, I just don't think I want Pennywise for my collection. He's cool, but not at that price. These three ghosts are all one big unit. I think in a fairly lonely yard they would work. I think they would also kind of work well in my yard as well. They're fairly simplistic, but kind of like what they're going with there. They definitely have a very weird kids doll theme going on, along with a circus theme, including Slender Man up there in the corner. All of these are just really, really creepy. Now, my favorite piece here this year has got to be this guy, and I would consider getting him for my collection, even at $2.99, but they don't have him working right now, and that makes me worried. So many clowns. I just wonder, I haven't seen any clowns in the neighborhood. Who's buying these? And of course, they've had this guy out for a couple of years. That massive dragon in the corner as well. If I remember correctly, he breathes blue smoke and fire. Again, I just don't know how to trigger him. Managed to catch that happening, and now that I've seen what that piece does, it's terrifying. Good Lord. Wow, that's awful. Oh. Wow. They have an absolutely fantastic collection of animal skeletons as well. But I think if you saw the tour of my yard, you'll know I already have most of these. I don't have this comically erroneous lizard. Why would it have bones for its neck? And I definitely don't have this pig. But at 26 bucks, I'm not sure it's worth it. Oh, I guess some of my larger ones for that price. I also don't have this owl. I like him a lot. Ooh, though I do need fog juice. So overall, that place is mostly costumes, a few really decent like collectibles or animatronics or stuff like that, but I'm not big on the costumes, so maybe now we go to one of these haunted houses, or maybe we just go back home to see what we can make our yard look like at night. It's getting plenty dark. All right, so it's really late at night, so I went ahead and turned these guys' sound all the way down. But this is what my house looks like if you approach it. And I have to say, it's pretty terrifying. I bet the homeowners association is going to lose their minds. I will turn these guys back on. All right, we have some fog coming out of the smoldering pumpkin. I will turn the sound back on during the daytime, but I didn't want to drive my neighbors completely nuts. Yeah, the smoldering pumpkin looks fantastic. Here we have the nighttime view of the signs, and I have to say, I think they look absolutely fantastic. Here's our morbid little skeleton view. Still my favorite thing in the yard. Looks absolutely fantastic. And if you want to see what this track lighting looks like at night as well, really adds a lot. I mean, the daytime it looks good, but at night, all of these hands sticking out of the yard. Here's a quick pan of the yard, just to give you the full effect with all of the different color lights. And I kind of like how we went from blue all the way to the right to red all the way to the left. I really feel like it kind of gives it a really unique feeling. After having done so many haunted houses this year, I have to say, this almost looks professionally done to me. I mean, I'm really proud of the job we did. Well, I have to say, that looks really nice. Oh, but what about this guy? Where do we put you, Mr. Two-Face? Maybe Mr. Two-Face goes right here in front of the fogging skeleton. One yard watching you walk towards the house, one face watching you walk towards the house, and one watching you walk away. Nice. Man, I love that smoke and fog. They're outlawing vaping, Mr. Pumpkin. Get it in while you can. Get it in while you can. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely gorgeous. I outdid myself this year. Nice. So here we are. One last scary look at my yard haunt for 2019. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Hit that sub button and hit that notification bell so you see my future updates as we go. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. And we'll speak with you again soon. Boo!